Well, go on, everybody. Lennox here from Simple123 Trader. This is a weekly outlook for the markets, the cryptocurrencies, the US indices, and Forex for the week of February 27th to March 4th. Hope everybody's doing well. Starting off with the US dollar index, take a look at the US dollar index, give us an idea of what the major pairs will be doing in the Forex. And on the weekly time frame, and US dollar has reached a very important support resistance area, and it's kind of hanging right on it. So we've had quite a push to the upside on the weekly, and trying to break through this resistance level. So let's see how it's going to do for the upcoming week. And looking at it in this way, you can see that it's made a valiant attempt and has hit this support or resistance area, sorry, and it's more than likely we could see further push to the upside this week. We might get a little bit of hesitation, but overall, I think price should continue to the upside for the US dollar. So that would mean, for example, the euro US dollar in the opposite. We should see the opposite move to the downside, and you can see that a little bit more clearly on the euro. We have on the daily quite a move already set up, and we're on our way down. So again, we're at a support here, but the possibility of a move to the upside, any moves to the upside, however, would be opportunities to sell euro. So that would also hold for the British pound. So let me see if I can find British pound. I can never find that one. There it is. Okay, so the British pound also in a weak state on the daily. So we'd also be looking for continued movements. Any push up is an opportunity to sell the British pound back down to these levels. Okay, and that would also hold for Aussie US dollar. And let me take a look at Aussie. So Aussie will be similar and looking to also, you can see it's a little different here. We've had a push to the upside, but any strength in the US would see us pushing back down from this move currently on the daily. Okay, so, and that would also hold for the New Zealand US dollar as well. So now the opposite, if we look at the USD CAD, see if I got USD CAD on here. No USD CAD. How about Japanese yen? Let's take a look at. Oh, here's the Canadian dollar. Okay, so Canadian dollar should also be pushing to the upside along with the US dollar. So we could see strength in the Canadian dollar. That's totally possible. Let me go to the weekly. You can see right now we're in a sideways mode, but let me go back one more time. Very, very strong area of support resistance, and right now it's in a mode to the downside. So it could be weak based on this premise, but you can see where it's going to be short-lived because we've come all the way down already. So more than likely a pushback to the upside. With the Japanese yen, we should see. Let me go to the weekly on that one. It's very weak at this moment in time. So the Japanese yen looking very weak overall, and I would want to see that continue to the downside. That's definitely a possibility coming up into this week. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. See how that's doing right now. So Bitcoin on the weekly, trying to hang in there. A week overall, and looking like we could still push one more time to the downside here. That's it. Although it's trying, you can see that it's trying to push back to the upside. But I think any push to the upside would be continued weakness. We're still in an overall weak scenario. So that would hold also for Dogecoin, still weak to the downside. So we'd still be looking for this to continue to the downside. Okay, let's see what else have we got here. Crude oil. Let's take a look at crude oil. very strong right now, of course, because of all the concerns in Europe, and still looking pretty strong and should have continued strength going into this week. We'll take a look at the Dow Jones and Dow Jones on the weekly. Okay, we're battling here now because we've come to again a critical point. We broke through and pushed back again very strongly last couple of days last week, and it just doesn't look to me like it's a proper move, and it looks more like a fake out move to the upside here. So I'd be looking for continued weakness in the Dow coming into this week. Same thing would hold for the S&P 500 on the daily. You can see it's almost identical chart, and this move up is just again a fake out move, albeit a very strong one, and we could see further weakness coming up this week. And same thing would hold for the U.S. technology group. Same type of movement. I would expect further weakness in this. So any moves to the upside, opportunities to sell these markets in the stock market. Similar with the U.S. 2000, big strong move to the downside, push right back up. But again, looking for further weakness as we come into this week. All right, so that's a look at what's setting up. That's a real quick look at it. Let's take a look at DAX real quick, since we're in the European malady that we're in here. So you can see we've had we were in quite a range, and then we broke through to the bottom. So now it's looking like it wants to turn around, but is it really ready for that turnaround is the key question as we go into this week. So dropping to the daily and taking a look at it, it too could see further drops. This move up might be short-lived, and we could see further drops to the downside as we come into this week. All right, so that's a look at what's setting up for this week. Keep your eyes on the US dollar if you're playing the major pairs in the Forex, and watch out for those indices in the stock exchange in the New York market, as those are looking suspect going into this week. Profitable trading to everyone. Be safe. We're done now. Thank you.